So this is the platform called Create Anything. They told me to check out their website, their application. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll check it out. Basically, they said they can do anything, right? I don't know. We reviewed it yesterday. I haven't tried it out yet, so we're gonna figure it out together. So basically, I want to see if this application can recreate the lower third in OBS, right? So basically, I want to create an OBS app. So I'm gonna like this is my first time actually using this. We're gonna do it live together. What? So when you go to the new project, let me see. Can I rename this project? Let me see. All right, so I can rename it. I want to say OBS lower third plugin. So that's what I'm gonna name it. Let me zoom in so you guys can see this a little bit better. We'll see what we're able to do with this. First time actually using this myself. So let's see. What is your app idea? So I use OBS. Let's say this. I am a content creator who live streams using OBS. I need a plugin for OBS to create lower thirds that can be configured through a dock and added to the what do I call it, to the added as a. And what I'll do is I'll try to show you my OBS screen as well, if that's possible. Added as a browser source. I want to have the ability to put 20 minutes as well. It's time to I want to have the ability to say how many lower thirds, or it's I'll say to to have more than one lower third that I can rotate through. I want to have multiple, what do I call it, rows that can be configured for the lower third. Each row will have its own text and background color. The background color should be able to take a gradient that can be specified to go vertically or horizontally. What else do I want? I want to be able to add a picture or logo to the lower third. I should be able to specify if I want the logo on the left or right side of the lower third. What else do I want? What else do I want? I don't know, what else do I want? Oh yeah. I want the lower third to I want to be able to I want to be able to have each row of the lower third, or I just say I want the ability to have transitions on each element of the lower third. So, and to be able to specify that how the transition occurs. Anything else that I want from that? Anything else do I want from that? That's what I can think of right now. That is what I can think of right now. Let's start off with that. Let's see what we can get out of that. Let's go and send that off. What are these? So you can add an image. What is this? You can say how you want it to be. You can say which model. I think it's probably using this one. It's interesting because they said that you can, I guess you could use this one, but because I remember they said they're using GPT-5, but they have Sonnet here, so Cloud Sonnet. So, what is this? What is this? Add an integration. So you could do integrate with Chat GPT. You can do assets, upload assets. You can do Google image search. I don't need none of that right now. So let's go. Let's send this off. Let's see what we get. Let's see what it's able to do for us. Designing your product. Okay, I like it. Because we've used a lot of things. We haven't used like Make or Replit. We haven't used Cursor, but we have used Kilo. You definitely know we've used Lovable. All right, so the user is asking for. I was reading that. All right, so I'll help you create an OBS lower third system. This will be a web-based solution with configuration dashboard and browser source display. Let me build this step by step. Creating the app page.jsx. So it's going to be using React, I guess. Let me see. Let me see what I was thinking. So the user is asking for an OBS plugin to create lower thirds. This is a complex request that involves a configuration interface, a dock. This would be a web-based interface, a browser source that displays the lower thirds. Okay. Okay. The dock. Okay. The browser source that displays the lower third. This would be another web interface. Multiple lower thirds that can be rotated through. Multiple rows per lower third with customizable text as a background color. Yep. Gradient backgrounds, vertical or horizontal. Logo/image support with left right positioning. Yep. Transitions for each element. Yep. Since this is an OBS, I need to create a configuration dashboard dock interface, web-based. I got you. Display interface for web source. Got you. Backend API to store and manage the lower thirds data. Okay. Real-time communication between the dock and display, probably using polling or WebSockets. Okay. Let me start with the front end interface, then create the backend and finally connect them together. User mentioned they want this to be an OBS plugin, but OBS plugins have docs. OBS plugins that have docs are typically written in C++. However, what they're describing sounds more like a web-based solution here. Yes, that's what I'm describing because I've seen it done in other places before. The dock is a web page. They can open a browser or browser dock in OBS. Yes. The lower third displays in a browser source in OBS. I'll build this as a web application that can serve both purposes. Cool. Looking at the design reference, I should use similar styling with a clean modern interface. I'll create main configuration dashboard with tabs for different sections, lower third library with presets, row configuration, logo, image uploading and positioning, transition control, a separate display page for browser source. All right, let me start by creating the main configuration interface, then display interface, then the backend. I'll help you create the OBS lower third system. This will be a web-based solution. Whoa, okay, that jumped on me. All right, let me finish reading this, and then we're gonna go and check that out. Still working. Let me zoom out a bit. All right, so where are we? So the OBS lower thirds is coming right up. UX layout recommendations, main dock interface with tab section, lower thirds library, current, active, and settings. Lower third is display grid. Another thing we're going to need to add to it is the ability to control it with a Stream Deck. So that's going to be the next request after we get this part working. Grid view of save lower third with thumbnail preview, search filter bar. Oh, that's pretty cool. current active selection, a live preview of active lower thirds with quick toggle button for rotation through multiple configured lower thirds. Configuration panel with collapsible section, layouts, rows, logo image transition, and the preview. Row configuration area with add remove row button, drag to reorder functionality, and individual row sec. Look, if this is able to work, that is going to be golden. I'm telling you, that's gonna be golden. That is gonna be golden. Transition control organized by element type, text background logo with drop down menus for transition types and duration sliders. Let's see, user interaction and flow. All right, create new lower third. So this is how to use it. The primary flow is to create a new lower third, configure the rows, text, colors, gradients, add logo positioning, set transitions, save preset, activate in OBS. Row management, click add row, enter text, select background, color gradient, configure gradient, direction, preview changes, logo workflow, upload image, transition setup. Get the browser source right there. Rotation flow, all right. Configure multiple lower thirds, set rotation order. Use hotkeys or dock controls to cycle through active lower thirds. That's what I want. I want to be able to use my Stream Deck to control this. Quick actions, duplicate existing lower third, import, export presets. I like that. Finishing details. All buttons require hover states with subtle color changes and press states with slight scale reduction. Form inputs need focus states with border colors, changes, and validation feedback. Color picker component should show hover preview and support hex RGB input. Gradient preview updates in real time as directions and colors are adjusted. Loading states for images, all right, with progress indicator. All right, so let's see. Read that already. So we have, so we're creating this page, creating components, lower third, created file, editing. Now let me create the display, created this. Now let me create the database to store the thirds. Now let me create an API input for managing lower thirds. Now let me update the lower thirds manager to use the backend. Now let me add a layout. Perfect. I've completed the OBS lower thirds plugin system with configuration dashboard. Library management, create, edit, organize multiple lower third presets. Row configuration, add multiple text rows with custom colors and gradients. Logo support, transition controls, real-time updates. Browser source display, clean lower third rendering, professional broadcast style graphics. Okay, I like that. Gradient backgrounds, color integration, support left to right logo positioning, smooth transitions, configurable animations, auto updating, polls for changing. Okay, if we want to do that. How to use an OBS. Open the main page to create and configure lower third. Browser source in OBS, add a browser source. Recommended 1920 by 1080 for full screen coverage. Activate lower third. Use the play button in the configuration interface to activate different presets. A live control switch between different lower thirds during your stream. All right, let's give it let's give it a try. Let's go to lower thirds library. All right, so let's see if I do. Let's see how this. How can I preview this? Can I? Oops. Trying to zoom out a bit, maybe. Trying to collapse this a little bit. All right. So let's see how this works. Lower thirds library. Preview somehow. How do I preview it? Let me upload my logo. Well, all right, let's go here. All right, so let's say, let's go lower thirds library. Let's say logo. So that's not working. Let me try drag and drop. Let's go to, where's my logo? Let's try this. Nope, that didn't work. So that is not exactly working yet. All right. Let's see if I do tech coach Ralph. Background color, gradient color, transition, slide preview. I don't see anything happening. I don't know what I'm supposed to be seeing, but all right, let me try this. What shows up over here? Oh, okay. So if I was to go to I don't know why it has this shape though. Hmm. So what if I was to do like a something like that? Hmm. I'm not seeing it do it yet. Let's see. All right, so let's say when I try to upload the logo, it doesn't open a upload window and the drag and drop onto the upload logo box isn't working. Can we get that to work? So let's try that first. Let's fix that first. Um, let's just say for now, let's say for personal use. Car, car. Mm, mm. All right, let's see what happens now. Let's see if we can get this to work. All right, it's writing some code. I mean, there's some other stuff that's not working too, though, so we'll have to figure all that out. Ooh, something changed. Probably because it's making updates to it. The logo functionality is not fully working. Here's what I implemented. Drag images files directly. Let's say why it wasn't working though. The user is having issues uploading. Looking at the logo component, I can see that it's just a static button that doesn't actually handle file uploads. I need to implement the proper functionality. All right, cool. Something I also want to see is how much of the branding and icon. I was trying to see how much of the usage it's taking up. All right, so it says the logo should be work. All right, so the system now provides a complete professional logo upload experience with both traditional click to upload and modern drag and drop functionality. Sounds like you're facing a frustrating. If you were to work with Macs, you could provide a deeper understanding of the complex issue, reason through the challenges. Plus, Macs can run the code to fix the issue and email you when it's done, ensuring you focus on what matters most without hassle. That's interesting. I don't, I don't normally trust AI to that extent, but let's see. Let me refresh this page. All right. Let's go to logo again. All right, so we have that is working where it opens up the window. Let me do a drag and drop and see if that works. All right, that works. Let's get the logo up there. Okay, cool. The logo's there. Refresh this. Okay, there goes the logo. There goes the gradient. I don't know why the shape is like this. Let's see the transition. Where am I supposed to preview the transition? I don't get it. Let's say we do slide, ease in, out. Let's say, I don't see anything happening. All right, so we want to be able to control the size of the all right, so let's say this. The rows seem to be pre-configured to a default shape. I want to be able to choose the shape, whether it is a rectangle, a I'm gonna hurt myself here, parallelogram, or the current shape. I also want to be able to define if the row takes up one, or I can say define. Lunch break. Lunch break. Let me just write this out. Define the percentage of the width the lower third takes. Also, when I try to preview the actions of the lower third, like the transition, I don't see any. I also want to be able to control the spacing between the rows. All right, cool. I'm gonna send that off, and then we're gonna go to break, right? So sending that off, we'll see what happens when we get back. So far, it's doing a decent job for the first time using it. We'll see what we can do, right? So let's go to break. Then we'll check out the results after that.
Free like the wind, no leash on my fire. Chasing my goals, fueled by desire. Cut through the schemes, dodged every liar. Working for me, lifting myself higher. Free like the wind, no leash on my fire. Chasing my goals, fueled by desire. Cut through the schemes, dodged every liar. Working for me, lifting myself higher.
Cut the ties, scissors in my hands, snip the strings. Marionette no more, I dance for my own wings. They set traps, but I'm dodging all their schemes. Tunnel vision sharp, chasing all my dreams.
Solo moves that can box me in cages. Wrote my own books, skip through their pages. Blueprint dreams building high with no wages. Stacking my wins, life flipping through stages. I'm so free, no chains on my feet.
No chains,
build my own path, paved it in concrete. I work for me,
just for me.
Don't clock in for their greed.
No.
Self-made, self-fed, I'm all that I need.
I did it. They whisper lies, try to pull me in their storm, but I'm weatherproof, dressed in my own form. Goals in my sight, sharp as a hawk eyes. The nonsense fades, lost in my skies.
Said I couldn't do it, now they watch in awe. Build my empire brick by brick, no flaw. Their schemes crumble, dust under my stride. I rise higher, no limits on this ride. I'm so free, no chains on my feet.
No chains,
built my own path, paved it in concrete. I work for me.
Just for me.
Don't clock in for their greed.
No.
Self-made, self-fed, I'm all that I need.
I did it. Blueprints drawn from the ink of my will. No shortcuts here, just grinding uphill. Desire's flame bright, can't dim my fire. A phoenix soaring higher and higher.
I'm so free, no chains on my feet.
No chains.
Built my own path,
Own path.
paved it in concrete.
It's paved.
I work for me,
Just for me.
don't clock in for their greed.
No.
Self-made, self-fed, I'm all that I need.
I did it. Nonsense chatter, static on my line. Tunnel vision sharp, I'm chasing what's mine. They want my time, I keep it confined. Locked in the ground, let my essence shine.
I'm so free, no chains on my feet.
No chains.
Built my own path,
Own path.
paved it in concrete.
It's paved.
I work for me,
Just for me.
don't clock in for their greed.
No.
Self-made, self-fed, I'm all that I need.
I did it. Free like the wind, no leash on my fire. Not my fire. Chasing my goals, fueled by desire. Cut through the schemes, dodged every liar. I'm working for me, just for me. Lifting myself higher. Highest levels.